Well, hello, this is Heather, and I am installing my very first bee package. You can see right here we have 10,000 bees, roughly, with a queen inside in a cage. And we're going to take all of these bees and put them in their new home, this hive. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I'm going to do it since I have, enough time on my hands. I'm not really in a hurry. I'm going to take out about 4 or 5 frames. Let's see if 4 is enough. And when I finally open them and everything, I'm just going to, stick them in there. So that should be good. And then the queen will stick right about here. Can't see, let me move this up. We're gonna take this top piece of wood off. And then we've got their little sugar water feed in a can here. And the queen little thingy's supposed to be sticking off like this, but it's not. So I want to make sure I don't drop her in there, because that would suck. So I got to kind of multitask here. Hold the queen with one hand and lift this out with the other. So here's the queen in her cage, and we're gonna check her and make sure she's okay. So there she is. She's marked. She's got blue on her. She's moving around. Just making sure she doesn't look injured or anything. Excuse me, bees. So yeah, she looks good. We're gonna stick her. Now there's a candy end, and I'm gonna open this flap, and then what you want is when the colony accepts her as their queen, they'll chew through this candy to free her. So it's kind of a process that you have to go through. So I'm going to, you want to make sure you're doing the candy end, because there's another release on the other end. You don't want to open that one, because then the queen is just gonna fly out, and then, that's not good. She'll just fly out, and then you're, So we are going to just open up the flap on the candy end. Usually these queen cages are wood, but they did plastic, so it's kind of cool actually, I guess, for a new beekeeper like me. Instead of having to take a knife or a screwdriver and get a cork out, because it's usually a cork, I can just do a flap. And then, so there we've got our candy. And so now I'm just going to sort of put her in here. And then I'm going to just set them in there, and then they'll be able to just fly out on their own, and I don't have to shake them and stuff. So I want to squish them. So I got them in there. Queen's in there. Just going through my mental checklist here. Queen's in there. Flap is open. And I have my spray bottle with sugar water, but since I didn't shake them in there, I didn't spray them. But if you were gonna turn the box over and shake them in there, you'd wanna spray the outside of the cage with some sugar water, just to give them something to snack on and make it to where they hopefully don't fly around too much. As you can see there's a lot of flying around going on, but I just didn't bother spraying them. All right, so now we're just gonna take this lid off. I don't really need to wipe these in here, but I'm just doing it anyway. And then we'll put our inner cover on. Also forgot about that step there. Trying not to squish them. Whoops. Make sure my queen didn't fall. Oops, sorry. Sorry, bees. Put our telescoping lid on. And then I know you can't see this, but for the entrance, I'm gonna do a entrance feeder. So this is 1-to-1 sugar and water. And it has little holes in it so that the bees can eat this. They'll stick their proboscis, which is their kind of like their little tongue, the straw where they suck up nectar and such, water, and they'll be able to feed off of this. So it's important to feed these bees, to begin with, until they get established. So I'm going to stick this in here. And try not to spill any of this syrup. I don't want to attract robbers and things like that. Although robbers will probably still be kind of attracted to this, but actually, if I was smart, I'd probably do it this way, maybe. Ooh, there we go. All right. Now, you want to reduce this entrance so there's less entrance for them to guard at first, because they're a new colony. So I brought. Now, because my entrance reducer, my normal one, is too long, I can't, this is in the way. I have a different idea that I got online from other beekeepers, so I can't take credit for this. Wine cork. See, I knew these, my red wine, Bordeaux, hobby. I mean, not that I drink a lot, but I knew it would come into handy, or it would come handy. So I'm just going to use these just to kind of block the entrance, just in the beginning. Once I'm done with this feeder, I can use my regular entrance reducer, and I can either give them a little space, I could give them bigger space, whatever it is that I need to give them. So I hope you bees love wine. All right, we got some champagne. I'm just joking. This is where I keep my wine, my corks. I don't know why I save corks, but I'm glad I did, because now I get to use them. I guess if you looked at a real entrance reducer, that would be about the space. So anyway, my neighbors probably think I'm out here drinking while I'm beekeeping. Put that over there. All right, and that should be it. So what I will do is tomorrow, give about 24 hours. Tomorrow I'll come out here. There's an ant. And I'll take that box out and put the rest of the 4 frames back in. And then I may check to see if the queen came out. I don't want to, you know, check it too often, but since I'm taking the box out, I'll probably check, and then, you know, if she's out, I can take the queen cage out. If not, you know, we'll leave it in there and give them a couple more days. And that's it. I'm super excited. My first bee installation. Cheers. Here's to beekeeping.